So look, my coffee maker stopped working. It's actually my favorite coffee maker. My mom got me both of them. Yeah, you, Susan. But yeah, man, my favorite one is that one. I'm not sure. I might just like the way it looks. Now, I'm not gonna lie though. The coffee does come out a little bit better than that one right there. I don't use none of that on the bottom because, well, that's on the floor, so I don't touch none of that. Anything from up, I use it. But, yeah, we about to take that apart because it don't work, and that's not cool. Water is pouring out the back of it, down there by the cord, and I think there might be a hose or something off in this thing, so I'm taking that apart for sure, for sure.
King stole it, burned it to the ground. Listen, it's tight, but it's right. It's not all white people, but this was some. So you're thinking about abortion and transgender stuff. Those people are thinking about survival and the idea of going back is too painful to bear. It doesn't mean they're evil or they love abortion or anything like that. You would be surprised to know how in agreement oftentimes you are. But the sensitivities, the experiences, the convictions, the values that they have would not allow them to vote for someone that perhaps, whether it's right or wrong, looks like, sounds like, talks like, sometimes threatens like. It's too close. It's not that they don't love Jesus. It's not that they don't love life. It's not that they don't want to see his kingdom come. It's just, it's too painful. And you don't get it, and I know why you don't get it, is because it wasn't you. So have a little grace, a little mercy, a little compassion. And I can go on and on and on. Now, there's the flip side to that. And I will tell you right now, everyone who voted Republican is not a racist. It's not a hate monger. They have pain about other things. And let's keep it 100. And this is my opinion. I think that the left sometimes goes way too far. I'm just going to be 100, and this will get me in trouble. I don't care. This is my opinion, and I have a right to it. Too far sometimes. And particularly when you now are going to cancel somebody because of their religious beliefs. And I do recognize that religious beliefs sometimes can go too far.
These ones look good.
See, everybody goes too far, and so we live on the outskirts when the reality of it is most of you'll never feel the Holy Spirit again.
I don't know if you can see this,
I speak that right now.
but that wasn't on there. And that has to hold it on. So the water is dripping. And I guess you pour the water in there. It goes down that hole, sits inside this heater, pumps it up there after it's hot, and it goes down and it goes across this and squirts it into your coffee filter. Well, if this thing wasn't on, the water, instead of pumping it into the coffee filter and into the pot, it's dripping down this line and coming out the bottom like it was. Does that make sense?
We've got some sick to heal. We've got some poor to bless. We've got some demons to drive out. Satan can't drive out Satan, and division is the spirit of Satan. And you know what God showed me? He showed me something in Ephesians 4. He showed me something in Ephesians 4 that's powerful.
So what I'm gonna do
He
is,
told me,
I don't know if you can see this, but
you gotta study it when you get a chance.
I'm gonna try to squeeze this
If you endeavor to keep
and push
the
that
unity of
up.
the Spirit, then
So
I
this
will bring
clamp
the whole
doesn't.
church into the unity of the
Or
faith.
you're gonna need this on the lowest end, the tightest one.
If you endeavor, let's just read it. Come on. Ephesians chapter 4, real quick.
I like this damn coffee maker, man. I really do. Sorry for the curse words. I got church on in the background. I'm feeling good.
He goes on to say there is one body and one spirit, just as you were called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism.
Yep, let's go. Let's go. All the way up there, buddy. There you go. Not too far. We want to still get a good. Is that tight? Oh, yeah. That has to be it. Nothing else is off. These are all tight as a drum. Well, I don't use the Keurig side anyways. I just use, let's see this one. Yeah, she's tight. Boom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to wash it.
By the trickery of men, that's what happened to us during this election. We got pulled and pimped and used, but we will not go there. By the cunning craftiness and the trickery of men, the cunning craftiness of deceitful.
And Mom,
You see the connection between that and Nehemiah, deceitful
I
blindness.
saved you a bunch of money on your car insurance. Switching it back. If you keep the unity, Yep.
if you endeavor to keep the
This
unity
one I think
of the
was
Spirit,
in here.
God's going to bring us into the unity of the faith. In other words, if we keep it together and we keep growing, we are all eventually going to say the same thing.
This don't work.
The same thing.
I'm not gonna
we
lie.
can't get there unless we are endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit. And it makes sense
I'm not
if
throwing
we
this
stand
away
in the Spirit
until Mom
and
buys me
judging
another one.
each other and fighting each other and saying you're not it because you don't believe
Because
in
it just
God.
looks nice sitting up there, so
You're
I'll just use the other one. The Mr. Coffee. It works fine every time.
And instead of fighting each other, we begin to fight for the unity of the Spirit. The church is going to begin to grow, and we're going to be more succinct with Jesus, and we're going to become the body, and we're going to say the same things, and we're going to speak the same things, and we're going to do the same thing.
That's
You gotta trust the plan. And so I'm going to give you, as it relates to practicality, 5
Now,
quick C's that I want you to
let's
walk
see
in.
what we can
5 quick C's I want to make it where you can remember it.
put this back on here without.
Body, believer. First of all, C number 1. You gotta
This sounds like you're gonna break this thing, but
watch
I
it.
don't
And
know.
not come together amongst those
Going in my
who
favor.
are already with you. You gotta come across the street. That person you cussed
Wow.
out on social media, you called them a
Very
baby
good.
killer or called them a racist or a fascist or whatever it is.
This thing's been pretty dry, so I didn't have to.
The Bible says, as much as possible.
It broke like 6 months ago.
I need you to walk
And,
across the street. I need you to go find somebody that doesn't
Started
look
listening
like
to
you,
my good old
doesn't
church
think like
music.
you, and just tell them I
And,
love you. And if you're part of the kingdom, I refuse to be divided. You might be divided against me,
Feeling good. Oh,
but I'm not
gotta
divided
put
against
this.
you because we're a part
See,
of
the
the
water
same
goes
body.
up into
And I
that
know
hose
you're not
that
worried
was in
about
there.
politics.
We actually pour it in there. It sits down in the heater, heats up. Then it comes up that hose that wasn't connected, and it comes shoots out of this thing, and it goes into the coffee filter with the coffee grinder. Then you got hot coffee. And the heater on the bottom keeps the pot hot, but it turns off after like 15 minutes, so it's not just sitting there burning the coffee. It'll go on, come off, go on, come off, so it doesn't burn the coffee, and then you get a bitter, nasty taste to your coffee. So
we're going to consecrate ourselves.
I'm gonna put the flat one on this one. Let me
If
see.
there's something in your life that you know is outside the will of God, it's time to deal with it.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Because now is not a time to
I'm
be
gonna put
outside of the will of God for your life. So you ask God, you say, God, search me,
this is some screws, guys.
try me. If you find anything in me that is not like you, God, I'm going to lay it down today.
I'm gonna hold that the same way it would be
or without
if
wrinkle. Holy Spirit, convict me. If it's something that's happening that I don't even understand, show me. That's what true spirituality is. It's not going to God telling God how perfect you are. Like that Pharisee in Luke chapter 18, I believe. Just read your Bibles there. Going to God, telling God how righteous you are.
I'm gonna put that one on pretty tight just so I don't get no leaks.
Righteous God, how righteous you are, please. Say, God, here I am again. It's me standing in the need of prayer, and I'm sure
That doesn't go
there's
there.
one or two areas in my life
I remember what
that
that
can use your
looked
touch.
like.
Consecrate. Number three, rather.
Oh,
We got to commune.
you know what?
We got to commune with the Lord in a deeper way.
Clearly I don't. It doesn't matter. All the screws are no. They're all the same size. So
because these are perilous times, and we need to be near the voice of the Lord. So you're gonna have to create space for personal and private and intimate communion time with Jesus, so that you can watch this in this season's receive education and revelation. And if I were you, and I understood, and I believe just by the signs that we are in the last days, there's some things that you need to study. You need to study the end times. You need to study, in particular, the Antichrist. And
this is a thing me and my
you need to
sister got.
understand it so that you can see it when it comes. Are you hearing
She
me?
says it'll all
And you
come
understand
together
Jesus, and I mean really
pray
study, not use the Jesus that you
every
are,
day.
study the Jesus that he is.
So I might not go to a church,
Is community.
but I have a Bible and I still attend in my own way. Because you need it.
And listen, we have to create space for people. There are people that are struggling, going through a lot of things, and we can't judge them because they're struggling. Create safe places for people. It's okay to not be okay.
My sister texts me a
Are you
link
hearing me? Community is going to
every Sunday morning, and
have community. And last
it's
but
been our
not
thing.
least, you
We
gotta
will be
courage.
watching this together,
Courage in a big way. One of the things that God spoke to me.
and my
He
nieces
said
and
in the last days,
nephews. So
some men, it literally says their hearts will fail because of fear. That's in Luke chapter 21. You know what it
kids,
says?
if you're watching, follow
Luke
suit.
21. He said men's hearts are going to fail
You might not think you do,
because of fear.
but you need it because there's a lot of stuff going on out
And
there.
he said, this
I'm
is
not
gonna
gonna
be a
get
time
into
where
it,
you have to be courageous,
but,
be bold.
We don't need to be a part of that craziness no more.
Right? God didn't give you the spirit of
It
fear.
never did. Got nothing to prove to nobody.
A sound mind. Because this type of fear, it affects your mind. And
It might
according
be
to
easier
Scripture, it
to
affects
do.
your heart. Hear me clearly, I'm gonna move on. The only thing that
Other
you need to
side.
fear right now is fear itself.
It might be easier to do this
Because
side.
fear
I don't want to break
is an
it.
infection, and it will cause you to short circuit, and it will cause you to misperceive. It's going to be a time of great courage. If you want to fear something, fear God.
That's it.
Fear the Lord.
I don't fear no man,
Which is, family,
just God.
which is the beginning of wisdom. Wisdom starts when you put God in his rightful place. We're about done. I want to commune. We're going to receive our offerings at the end. We honor God, but I really felt like, man, we need to do this first. We need to get into this first. And I believe that this offering or this tithe is going to be different. We're going to commune. I would ask the PMTs to do what they do. We're going to commune. Honey, are you tracking with me? I love you. I would not share anything that I didn't hear from heaven about. I would just come up here and sing a song. I can't even sing.
didn't break.
All in Scripture.
It looked like it was gonna break. I'm not sure if this is upside down or right side up, but I'm gonna think that in order to close it forward, this needs to be pointed that way so it can give it some leverage to hold itself onto.
Communion is not just some
I
religious
might
thing.
be wrong.
Check out the Christian box. Jesus said, "Do this in remembrance of me." He said, "As often as you do this,
Yes.
you do show
Yes.
forth, you proclaim
Yes.
the Lord's death
Okay. Now,
until he returns." And I used to be like, yo, like, I don't think about the Lord's death. I would much rather think about his resurrection. That's the more glorious thing. And he was like, yeah, it's just that you don't understand the power and the significance of his death. And so I learned as I continued to read the scripture, something interesting about the cross, which makes me look at the cross differently. I used to be mad when I would see, not mad, but kind of like judgmental when I would see people who had the actual crucifix. Because I would say in my little narrow religious mind, he ain't on the cross no more. Why you got a crucifix? He ain't on the cross.
oh no, this way, right?
Christians are funny, man. But then I got a revelation. Michael. The Bible says that God made him, Jesus, who had no sin. He made him who had no sin to become sin, so that we might become the righteousness of God in him. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was the kid that
When I see Jesus
got the
on the
Legos
cross,
and the Lincoln Logs
I don't simply see a sacrificial lamb.
and looked at the picture on the box and threw the box in the trash.
One Greek word, one of the predominantly
Took it
used
from
word
there.
for sin,
So,
literally means to miss the
I'm
mark.
gonna fill this up with coffee
So Jesus
and I'm gonna sit it.
becomes
Oh, sweet Lord.
everything that causes me to miss the mark. And he says, do this in remembrance.
A win's a win.
A remembering.
So,
It's a unifying thing. Remember, coming back together again that we might be one.
I don't know what it is about this one. Well, Mom got me both of them, but
And so in doing
I like
so,
this one better. I've never even used a Keurig side of
there's
it,
any division in me.
ever. The cool thing about this, though,
I want you to pray about a lot of things.
is that you could make, don't ask me why you would do this.
If there's any division in me, if I have been divisive,
Maybe if that side broke, now I get it.
Lord, first of all, who am
This
I
has an actual strainer in
to
it,
think that I know better than you?
which is a filter.
You
And technically, you could pour your coffee grinds straight in there. Like,
which means
put 'em right
it's a
in there.
bad strategy
close this,
for us to be divided.
take this Keurig one out,
Paul said it's gonna be hard.
and put that in,
It
and
is.
you can make a
It's
regular
gonna be
bag
easy,
of
it's gonna be
coffee
hard, but we're good for it.
on the Keurig side with no Keurig cups, with those, what are they, K-cups? Or something they call
We're
them?
good for it.
Yeah, so you could literally put, because that's a filter, just like a paper filter, and you could put your coffee grinds. Well, so I like this thing, but I've never used that side before, but you know.
I want you to think about the brokenness in your body. He was broken so that we might be whole. So with each breaking of bread between your
Oh,
feet,
you want to see something else crazy?
I want you to break what's trying to break us. Division is trying to break us. But we're not going to let it. And Jesus died for division.
Well,
And he died for the heart posture that produces division.
That's my daughter's. I stole that. It's slick. She used to keep it on her desk in her little office. That's my son's. That is Luffy. Jesus, I forget this girl's name every time. But I'll put that sticker in there just so this could look better. And I bought those for like $1. They came off of a VCR and it has adhesive on the back. This is actually PlayStation 2 disc drive, that disc drive that comes out on the PlayStation 2. So I drilled a hole in there. I kind of scratched it. This is the actual drill bit right here too. And I drilled that hole in there and put that on there because I think it looks really good. With that, it just gives it that look. Oh, and down there, I put that on there because it had no Sony signage on it. And then I painted those silver just to match the sterling silver. Oh, and I painted these vents. I took the covers off and painted those with silver construction marker. And external hard drive. For some reason, the external hard drive, this rose red one, I gotta dust this place. It got more memory than the hard drive on the whole console. So all my PS4 games are on there. And what is that? That's the Xbox One X, which I think that, yep, that's a limited edition. And it looks like we're good to go on this coffee maker, guys. We're ready to go. So I'm gonna unplug that, wash everything, and put it back on the stand, and it's gonna be good to go. So take that off, turn that off.
That's a powerful word to remission.
I'm gonna take this, unplug. All right, I'm back. And let's see here. What time is it? No one knows. Oh, it says it on the other one too. 11. Set time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait a second. Goes over there. This one lights up. You can barely see that one. That's like monochrome or something, but I don't know. I think this one looks cool. I do. So, go ahead on and put this back on there. Oh, and I leave this open for a while because of the condensation that builds up on there, so it can dry out in the inside. I'm not a fan of, you'll get that mildew or whatever start building up. I leave the washing machine lid open too, like that, for like a half hour before I close it. That way, it doesn't, I don't know, so it can dry, and you don't get nothing weird, like that dish rag that you know, you got to throw your dish rag away or use a cap of bleach or whatever you do, and so you're not sneezing, because it's gonna build, when anything just holds retain water in it, it's yeah, like your bath towel, don't just throw that in the laundry machine. We all know that you got to actually hang dry that bad boy, man. It's my slippers, my daughter says are my jailhouse shoes, my RC batteries, and damn, man, my pillow. Come on, Tim, you got one job back there, buddy. Okay, that looks better. Now I can take all my toys and put them away. And I should be watching this last half right here, so I'm gonna go. God bless all of y'all. You have a great Sunday. And so will I. My coffee maker works now, so I'm good to go. Gravy, baby.